flag. Didn't come this far just to turn back. The curtains fall for the last act. Breaking that levee, breaking that levee. We don't back down, this is what we're made of. Standing our ground, here it goes down. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Oh, wait to see, we're gonna be legendary. Ain't no time like the here and now. Yeah, we showed up, now we showing out. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary. We don't back down, this is what we're made of. Standing our ground, here it goes down. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Oh, wait to see, we're gonna be legendary. Ain't no time like the here and now. Yeah, we showed up, now we showing out. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary.
It's explosive. You can't control this, no. I got metal running through my bones, a resurrection like a ghost. Hurricane, go ahead and blow. Where you could keep your white flag, I'll never fold. A shadow on a battlefield, a survivor never yield. A thunder, go ahead and shade. Don't run from the storm when I feel the rain. There's no rest for the wicked, no victory for the weak. And when the weeds getting thicker, you'll never see me on my knees. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. I got a fever in my blood, a falling embers from above. I feel the heat when the pressure blows, a wildfire that you can't control. There's no rest for the wicked, no victory for the weak. And when the weeds getting thicker, you'll never see me on my knees. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. With every beat on my heart, I'll be the light in the dark. You can't control this, I'm explosive.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
From one broadcast to another, welcome back to coverage after a week off. Round number 7, season 11 of the Northwest Racing Series. The trucks are tonight at Watkins Glen International. And again, after a week off, we welcome you to Oh My Curbs 122. 122 miles, 50 laps around the 11 turns that make it up here at Watkins Glen International. Welcome to iRacing on LSRTV, and for those that are also joining us on CRN, the Community Radio Network. I'm Wesley Outland. Charles Wooten is alongside. Qualifying is already on track. Kevin Smith, the Walla Walla, Washington driver, the Click It RV Chevrolet, working here already. Charles, you got to love the twists and the turns and oh my curbs at Watkins Glen. Good evening.
Yeah, this should be a good one. You know, there's a few things we look for when we come to the road courses, and that is one, to see who the ringer is going to be that comes in here and dominates, Jordan Person. We'll see if he does that. He's the ringer here. The other thing we look for is if we have a not a rolling start, a standing start, will Jeff jump the start like he always does, and how many times will he go off the track and potentially win the race?
That's true. That's very true. As they're on the track right now qualifying. Tonight is the Oh My Curbs 122, 50 laps, 122.50 miles. Toby Ritters, he won earlier in the first 6 weeks of the season at Texas.
And I'm not going to lie, I'm glad this race is 50 laps. I'm glad it's going to be only a competition caution, and then we get to be done. Because my shoulder is killing me, because I was trying to work on a fifth scale RC today. Yeah, I was actually working on my dad's. I was working on my dad's gas-powered fifth scale, and it wouldn't start, so I was pulling, and I yanked the pull start as hard as I could. The pull cord broke, and then I flew backwards about 5 feet and landed on my shoulder, so it kind of hurts at the moment. I'm going to be thankful for a short night tonight. I'm going to go...
and Jason Rockefeller not with us tonight either. Understanding he's got a family engagement going on. So Charles is with me. Enjoyed working with Brody Hanna. If you are a fan of iRacing on LSRTV, we just wrapped up coverage of the A schedule for the Full Throttle Racing Series. Cup and the trucks. And the All-Star Open will be Wednesday night. Toby Ritter's. Go ahead.
It's not 100% official. It's about 98.62180% confirmed that Brody Hanna will actually be in the booth on Monday nights. Going
cool.
forward. Mainly because, as you found out, he does not like the car. So he will probably be in the booth with the crew on Monday, and we'll just have to kind of wait and see how all of it plans out. I know lately Jason's been having to work late on Wednesdays, but we have you there, so it's all going to work itself out, and we'll see where it goes.
The Glen, Watkins Glen International, 8 turns around this racetrack. I'm sorry, I think I said 11 turns, and I wish they'd bring back the damn boot, because if they did, it would be an 11-turn track here at the Glen, but it is 8 turns, 2.450 miles, 3.943 kilometers. And, of course, it is always fun to check out this racetrack. That is the Watkins. Here is use referrals of the backstretch, the inner loop, the chicane, the outer loop, the carousel, the bus stop, the chute. And, of course, take away the toe in the hill because we're not going in the boot. They'll work their way to turn 11 and back to the front straightaway. What do you got?
Yeah, just for you and all the ones out there watching, I am going to make your day, Wesley. I am going to mail you a boot. Then you can say you have a boot.
No, I want the boot. I want the boot back at Watkins
It's going to be
Glen.
Red Wings. It's going to be the boot of all boots.
Now listen.
You didn't specify where you wanted the boot. You said you wanted the boot. So that's what I was going to do. As we watch Tyler King on track. I don't take a lot of stock into qualifying, though, here at road courses.
Me either.
You can go off track. You can spin around. The start can be bad. Like, this is really just practice laps, in my opinion, when you come to these tracks, because, anything can happen. And 50 laps, while it's not a lot of laps, it is on a road course. So you got a lot of chances to make mistakes.
Tyler King, former Truck Series champion on the racetrack. The Nicole Bryan Photography State Fair in Beaver State Racing, number 21. Getting ready to go through the chicane, the inner loop, if you will, off the backstretch, now to the outer loop, which is the carousel here at the racetrack. Working through 5 and 6, you'll avoid the chute and the entrance to the boot right there. Fly by it. Go all the way off of turn number 6, 7. Work turn number 7. Come off of that turn. Get ready to make this turn here at turn number 8. And there's a lap around Watkins Glen International. Qualifying is just about ready to wrap up as Tyler King on the clock. Let's see where he ends up. Outside the top 10. About a minute and 14 seconds. Here's Sean Brightsman, most recent winner of the series. Sean Brightsman on the racetrack, and obviously the only driver, Charles, that has 2 wins on the year. He won round 2 at Atlanta. He won at Kansas last time we raced on April the 29th. And he is carrying the momentum, as well as this driver, the Daytona winner, 2-time Daytona winner, Jeff Stabnow, Billings, Montana. And what I was trying to refer to segue into, Charles, what an amazing first 6 races of the year by Team LSRTV.
Yeah, it has been a really good season so far for LSRTV, and we're not biased, but, they're our team. Technically, we don't own them, but, it's got our name on it. We want them to do good. As long as, as well as we want all the other drivers to do good. And you got a mixed field up there tonight. You got LSRTV with the West brothers, and you got Moore, Newton, Smith, Person, Harris, Murphy, Peter Murphy. I don't recognize the name. Tyler King.
That's
and,
a new name.
Gamble in the top 10. So you got a mixed bag up there in the top 10.
And Jeff Stabnow on the racetrack, by the way, the all-time starter of the series. Special night tonight, by the way, for guys like Jeff Stabnow and Sean Breitzman. Charles, listen to this. Jeff Stabnow making his 435th career start of the Northwest tonight here at the Glen. Sean Breitzman in his 400th start, won at, of course, Kansas. This will be start number 401 for him tonight. 41 wins for Jeff Stabnow. Sean Breitzman, 77 wins.
Yeah, they have a ton of wins, and and it's not a lot of seasons. There has been several, 10 seasons, I believe, but even then, 10 seasons with the amount of drivers that have come through here with the talent level, you still got to be on your A game to get those wins.
Well, let's be honest. When the Northwest Truck Series or Northwest Racing Series first came to fruition, they would run probably like 12, 13 weeks in series, or 10, 12-week schedule. And they would run 2 seasons in the same year. It wasn't until about 2018 or 2019, actually, Charles, before COVID, that they actually started to run full seasons. And what I mean by full seasons is basically a full year from March or February to November. And, they've changed things up a little bit this year. We're going to be running, this week? We're running here at Watkins Glen. Next week, we're at Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway. We're going to take off for Memorial Day. Then we turn around and we come back to Michigan and Iowa. And I think we take off again right before, the summer or the 4th of July break. So all of this ongoing, and, you really, not going around, Ryan Bloom. Ryan Bloom looping it inside the inner loop in the bus stop. That's not fun, Charles.
No, that is not what you want to do, and that's going to put him well in the pack, and we'll see if he has time. It sounds like Wesley's opening a brewski.
No, Pepsi. I don't drink on the job.
I didn't know you drink off the job.
Ryan Bloom's going to start again. Yeah, actually, I really don't. Come on. I think the last time I had any adult beverages was on New Year's. Seriously.
The last time I had an adult beverage, I was probably 6 or 7. And you always reveal your age. Let's reveal some of my age.
I'm 40.
The only time I had a beer was back in the day when it was a party at my dad's house. And it was nighttime, of course. And you remember back in the day when you could get like 7-Up and Sprite in the big glass bottles?
Yeah.
Well, I thought my 7-Up bottle was his and didn't realize it and grabbed the wrong one.
So it was really an accident. You weren't trying to drink adult beverages.
Correct.
You
especially not at 7 years old.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
that taste definitely did it for you, didn't it?
Yes, it did. It was not 7-Up, that is for sure. That was.
By the way, we're broadcasting. By the way, please be 21 or older, and please drink responsibly. And don't think Sprite is alcohol again.
Yes, do not.
Round 7 tonight here at the Glen. And Ryan Bloom spun in the inner loop a moment ago, and he's about to overtake it again. Here he comes. Bombs away. Oh, this time he got it in perfectly. It is marked perfectly that time, didn't he?
Yeah, he wasn't about to let that happen again because he knew we were watching. He's like, no, I can't do that again. I got to go make it perfect this time. And he did just that. And we'll see if he has enough time to get his lap in. I believe he will, but we'll have to kind of wait and see. There's 5 minutes on the clock. But they don't always run it out.
Yeah, I think the clock expired, didn't it? Real quickly, let's take a look at the weather. Let's take a look at the weather conditions very fast here tonight at the Glen. They're 79 track sim temperatures, and it is 92 track temp. Mostly cloudy skies, sun, clouds, wind speed at 8 miles an hour. Ready to go here at Watkins Glen. 122.5 miles, 50 laps. Competition caution somewhere between 20 to lap 30. And Devin West is on the pole, fast man. Ryan Gormley, our defending series champion, by the way, in the 5. Ryan Gormley on the outside, the prodigy in row 1. Dan West Jr., he's picked up a win this year, 2-time series champion. And Dennis Moore flanked alongside. Row number 3, Sean Breitzman. Start number 401 tonight. And Paul Newton, the road course king, alongside. Row 4, Kevin Smith, Win Racing's needing a big turnaround. Could it happen tonight? And Jordan Person in the 20 starts 8. Top 10, Jeff Stapnow, 2-time Daytona champion, former Truck Series champion of the Northwest. And Frank Harris, by the way, will start 10th. And Charles, he also makes career start 344 this evening at the Glen.
Yeah, he definitely is a legend in here. And row number 6 is going to be the 18 of Peter Murphy and the 21 of Tyler King. Row 7 is going to be the 54 of Robert Gamble, and the 56, just 2 numbers back, is Chris White. In row number 8 is going to be the 4 of Brian Barnes. Good to see him back here. In the 99 of Troy Daggett. In row 9 is going to be the 7 of Brett Johnson, the 89 of John Ottenbach. And rounding out the top 20 in row 10, Wesley, is going to be the 3 of Toby Ritters and the 49 of Troy Allison.
In addition to watching, there you see Tyler Kim, Gary Nichols, row 11. Row 12, Ryan Bloom and BJ Tidrick. What a field of trucks here tonight. Row 13, Chad Mallett, Todd Miles. Row 14, Chris Kynes, Chase Carrillo. 30 trucks, 28. Pretty dang close. Hey, by the way, we're also broadcasting live not only on 87.9 FM, we are CRN.com, and also now, pretty happy about this, Charles, WesleyOutland.com. Click on broadcast.
A website after your own name?
I did, WesleyOutland.com. Yes, I did. You can be able to. Shut up! Don't judge me.
I'm going to make CharlesWooten.com.
I've got a new. No, it's a new platform where people can actually go and listen to the broadcasts. And my webmaster and friend Kate Dillon with Racing Insider at GreatInsider.com. She convinced me to get a website, and I worked on it, and then I shut it down. And, I said, okay, well, let's just bring it back so people can actually listen to races because it's on different servers. So, yes. So now there's another way that you can. That's the only time I'm going to promote myself on the website. That's it. Never again.
Oh, my question for you is
WesleyOutland.com. WesleyOutland.com.
Unlike, just like your other name, it says we are CRN. If you do a copyright for this one, is it going to say, I am Wesley Outland?
I am. We are Wesley Outland. I don't know if that sounds like that. I don't know if that would sound right? All right, we're getting off subject here. 122.5 miles. Oh, my curbs. I don't know who came up with that race name, but it's Oh My Curbs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's get it started. We're coming to green at round number 7 tonight. From, of course, virtual Watkins Glen International. 8 turns, ready at the Glen. Strap in, we're racing. Round 7 of the year.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this one works. It looks like so far so good. Everybody's making it through these Oh My curves, and they're going to settle in and get single file.
The S's. This is the S's.
No, these are.
You'll really lose a lot of curbs in the S's right here.
These are the Oh My curves.
Yeah, they are. It's the backstretch of the racetrack.
We're going
to complete one lap, and we got people off track already. They're probably not going to get a caution flag. BJ Tidrick with a problem in the Monster Energy 72. Tyler Kim might have got a piece of it as well. These drivers are 26th and 27th on track. We stay green. This is first, second, third coming off of the entrance of the carousel, coming out to the boot.
Somebody loose back there.
Oh, is that Tyler King? It is.
Yeah, Tyler King got way loose back here in the back, and he recovers from it, but he's got looks like Gamble and White around him. So no harm done. He gets loose, but he keeps it going in the right direction, and that's what you got to do. And honestly, there is going to be a competition caution, and unlike last year, Wesley, even I don't know when it is this year. So I'm not keeping it secret from you. I legitimately don't know either.
I didn't tell you? They didn't tell you?
They don't even know. Somebody's got to know, but it's not me this year.
At any time. Just randomly at any time. I heard that.
It definitely can get very interesting. And obviously we came in a little hot here. Didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare, so I'm not even sure on fuel mileage either. So that's going to make it even more interesting.
I would say, Charles, probably, I would say roughly between 28 to 30 laps. They could probably go on fuel. Actually, yeah, I would say roughly around that. And honestly, I think they could probably break it down to a one pit stop race, and that would be it. You might see them actually come to pit road before halfway and try to break it down if they wanted to. So you see how fast they fly around this track. Let's go up an aerial view, by the way. Aerial coverage of tonight's race presented by iRacing on LSRTV, and you watch up at the part of the racetrack. Here's our view of the racetrack to show you what you're watching. This is turns number 1, 2, and 3 through the S's. Curve. It's all by the track. Watch them thunder off of turn number 4. They make their way off of turn 4 through the S's of the curbs. That's the back straightaway of Watkins Glen, the back stretch. There they go into the inner loop. The inner loop, the chicane of the racetrack, the bus stop, whatever you want to call it. Then they come out of the inner loop to the outer loop. There's the carousel. Carousels, turn 5 and 6. Turn 6 is where the boot entrance is. They're not taking the boot. Boo. They go to the back stretch again, or it's turn number 7, off turn 7 to turn 8. There's turn 8. Coming back to the line. And there is your 8 turns around Watkins Glen International. Honestly, Charles, you could turn a quick lap around this place, man. It's not that big of a road course.
No, they're running about 1:13, so yeah, you're not going to run very long laps. It'll be fairly quick. What's going to be slower than Christmas covered in molasses with sticky marshmallow dew is going to be when we run, the caution laps. Those are going to take forever.
That's what we think our sponsors.
Yeah, that's what we think the sponsors. Because they're going to need it as, that was Tyler, or not Tyler King, that was Kevin Smith that just got way off track and nailed the inside guardrail coming out of the corner, but it looks like he mostly saved it into the too hard. I thought he hit it a lot harder than he did, but he's going to keep it clean. No, not too much damage anyway, if any at all. So good job for him keeping it clean. Again, this is just ride and see what you got right now, because these are open setups. So when they get to that competition caution, somebody is going to be making changes, and I bet it's going to be a lot of people. If your truck's not where you want it, that's your one and only time to make changes.
Right now, Dan West Jr. leading the way. Devin West in that second spot, followed by Sean Brightsman third, and now Devin West getting the lead back around Dad. All this going on as they thunder back into that first turn here at the Glen. Already working, stab now, hold on. Oh, my curbs and rumble strips to boot. Stab now in 8th. Sarcastically, that's the name of the race. Oh, my curbs. Oh, my.
Yeah, I always, that's one thing you always look forward to is the names that come up from these races. Like Cody's.
This year I have.
You never know what you're going to get, and it's always fun there. Is we're keeping eyes on everyone to go a little further back. This is all the way back in 20th, 19th, 20th, 21st with Johnson, Ottenbacher, Chad and Alec, who I don't even remember talking about Chad in the beginning, but he is here. Troy Ollison back there. So there's little groups of battles all over the place.
There is. And, you know, Charles, as we approach a handful of laps into this race right now at the Glen, and still the West family up in front, Brightsman's third, Gormley, Newton top 5. You know, I got to say, too, I am so happy with the truck car counts this year. The truck counts have been really good. A lot of you know, attendance for the first 7 races of the year.
Yeah, you know, we had that 43 cars 2 weeks ago. Last week, can't remember what it was. I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Yep, at Kansas.
Car count has been amazing. 28 so far. You know, there was maybe 2-3 seasons ago when we'd come to a road course, it'd maybe be 12 drivers. So, you know, it definitely have grown leaps and bounds just in the last couple of seasons. Not that they, you know, they weren't there before, but they've definitely continued to grow even further here in the last couple of times. And by the way, that driver that spun out earlier, Ryan Bloom in the 25-minute qualifying, he just set the fastest lap of the race here on lap 6. And he is mired all the way back in 17.
Working off of turn number 7, avoiding the boot to turn number 8, back to the line. Look at this now, Brian Bloom, Brian Barnes battling alongside one another. This, by the way, is going on in 16th and 17th. You know, Charles, we saw Ryan Bloom really loose in practice. Spun the truck out. He's right now in the back, just kind of hanging mid-pack, if you will.
Yeah, he's kind of chilling back there. And, you know, that's what I don't think there's a big push to go anywhere right now. You just kind of got to bide your time. There's a little bit of battle going on at the front. But, you know, if you can at least maintain a steady pace, keep the truck clean, come in during the competition caution, get fuel, tires, readjust anything you need, and then I think it's go time.
So glad you're able to join us tonight. iRacing on LSRTV, CRN, back after a week off last week for the Charles. I didn't know what in the world to do with myself last week after being off for, you know, a Monday after 6 weeks. You know,
I did. I relaxed.
It's yeah. There's Paul Newton. Dennis Moore behind him. So is Jeff Smith, couple of Win Racing drivers. See the 27, Newton. You know, Charles, we call him the road course king, but the last season or so, Paul Newton's kind of struggled on the road courses, I would have to say.
Yeah, I've wondered, you know, I will somewhat agree with that. I don't know. We got big trouble there for Kevin Smith, and he was in with I can't tell if it was a teammate or not. I'll go back and look at that real quick, and I'll get back to that point. But take a quick look at that replay with Kevin Smith. And watch what happened. It was him and whoever's just ahead of him. I think that's the 21 or the 44. Oh, no, he wasn't involved. He just hit the brakes and spun out. Yeah, just a little incident there, and he'll kind of regroup and go again. But I've wondered if, you know, I don't know if he's really gotten kind of, you know, sluggish a little bit, not in his A game, or if the competition's just got that much stiffer here in the Northwest.
I think it's the latter. I really do. I think it's the latter. Because there's definitely got some new talent, and they are really good. We're seeing them show their strengths of what they're doing. West is still the man out in front. Devin West. He would be the second driver to win 2 wins on the year if he could do it. He would be joining Sean Brightsman, his teammate, defending series champion. He won at Richmond back on April 15th. So far, 5 winners in 6 events. Sean Brightsman with 2 wins. Jeff Stabnow, of course, won Daytona. Dan West Jr., Vegas. Devin West at Richmond, and the exciting race of the year so far, Charles, gotta say, was that crazy last lap in the Cody's Frozen Custard 301 or 201 at Texas, won by Toby Ritters.
I still get a chuckle out of that name. You know, we're watching what is probably the old battle. Ooh, Stabnow gets a little loose. Not sure if he had a little help from the 18, give him a little shot in the shorts, but he gets a little bit loose either way. Whether it was with contact or not, I don't see any damage to the back bumper, but there's not a lot going on. Kevin Smith is still fading very quickly like a rock in water, as he's going to lose another spot to Chris White. Whatever's wrong with that truck, I don't think it's damaged. I just don't think it's handling the way he wants. So he will definitely be one of those coming in to make changes. It's just not the way he's wanting it to go here so far early in this race. And by the way, only 40 to go.
Did you just say like a rock in water?
Yes. Exactly.
I mean, well, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, you know, I guess it is, right? So glad you're able to join us, and again, all the while, good racing so far here in the early going. Everybody, for the most part, Charles, respecting one another, minding their P's and Q's. That's great to do here on the racetrack.
Yeah, you have to, especially with such a long race as this one. You know, you can't just, you know, go all out. You know, you can, I guess, but it isn't going to end too well for you probably. You really need to conserve and, you know, bide your time. You can make passes. If you're fast enough, you will make passes happen.
Yeah, I think you definitely will. You put yourself into that spot, you know, to go for those opportunities. Know when to say when and when not to, I think, is also a big characteristic of surviving here or anywhere on the road courses on the schedule. And, you know, Charles, if I remember correctly, I think this is the only road course on the schedule this year for the Northwest Truck Series is just here at Watkins Glen. I don't think we're going anywhere road course-wise this year after tonight.
Yeah, they made it a point to kind of get rid of the road course. I think we may go to a few more short tracks, but less road courses. So that was kind of a deliberate thing. We got somebody off track. That is going to be the 81 of Chase going around. Looks like he may have just kind of scraped the wall, got loose, spun it. I don't think there's a whole lot of damage, so that's good for him.
Yeah, that's Chase Carrillo and the Dutch Brothers Chevrolet going off course. So that number 81 machine and quickly back rolling again will stay green.
And he's back off track, but I don't know. That they consider that an off track, Wesley, because all four were past the rumble strip turtles, whatever you want to call them. I don't know if I would call that an off track, but he's going to bring that thing down pit road, I do believe is where we're going. Yeah, he's going to bring it down pit road, and he's going to come into pits. His night may be done unless he's just going to go ahead and make a pit stop, because, you know, again, there's not any visual damage to the truck. So I'm not sure what he would be bringing it down for unless he's just calling it quits. And we got another one off track, and that is the 72 of BJ Tidrick.
BJ
He just went
Tidrick.
off and came flying back on.
We saw his problems earlier, if you remember. Tidrick had problems right at the start of the race. And right back with it where he left off, the off track again, off course. Struggling there on that opening part of the track in turn one before he gets to the S's. And this allows now the opportunity for the 56 of course, White and Malik in 33 to try to run him down. And they quickly get back single file. And Tidrick trying to get back up to speed here on lap 12.
Yeah, he's just trying to recover from that. Again, remember, these guys go off course all they want. They can wreck all they want. they're not going to draw a caution until that one competition caution, and we don't know when it's going to be. This year, maybe in the future, if we have another road course, which I don't think we do, we'll look into being able to do that. Is the 81 back off track again, and
oh boy, yeah,
that grass is like glue. When you get into it, it does not want to let you go.
He might have just took a toe and exited from the race.
Yeah, he said exit stage left and took the toe, and he is done. Whether he's done or not, if he decides to come back, he is for sure, yes, and he is in the pit. So I would imagine he is done for the night. That toe is going to be probably 2-3 minute toe, so he's at least 2 laps down minimum at that point.
Gary Nichols right now, 23 trucks on the lead lap, and 1 minute 4 seconds back on the interval to the leader of Devin West. Everyone else from 24th on back is a lap down or more, including Todd Miles. He would get the free pass when the caution does come out. Frank Harris is a lap down. Chris Kynes a lap down. And we're understanding Chase Carrillo and Tyler Kim multiple laps down now in 27th and 28th position. There you see Dan West Jr., Ryan Gormley right there inside, single file. Ryan Gormley, I should have said his name. Oh, he was dirt tracking it there off that corner a moment ago, Charles. Boy, that was fighting an ill-handling truck. Oh, boy.
That is not what he wanted to see fighting it, but he does recover. Nobody really has had too many major incidents, and that's good.
All the while, just getting started. The West family, Devin and Dan, 1 and 2. Ryan Gormley will still hold on to third. Paul Newton, Dennis Moore, top 5. We're at the top of the hour. We'll pause for 10 seconds of station identification on CRN, the Community Radio Network, and we'll be back in just a moment from the Glen.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM. Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
Welcome back to the Glen. And it is the Oh My Curbs 122. Charles Wood and Wesley Outlet here with you. Wrapping up another night of iRacing on LSRTV. Simulcast right now on the Community Radio Network. Had a lot of fun with Brody Hanna calling the Mach 1 Performance Next Gen Cup Series for the Full Throttle Sim Racing. And what a fun race it was. Obviously, Nathan Biggert picking up the championship.
Bogart.
Notice that time, Charles, I didn't say Bogart. Nathan Biggert. Well, I'm trying to look at the names because I don't know any of those guys because I'm first time doing the race with you. And as soon as you change the server and put up Northwest names, I'm like, who am I looking for? Because if you remember, there was a time where I couldn't get Acosta's name right because he was gone. He didn't do post-race interviews. But I forgot, kind of had a little slip there for a second. All the while, great race so far. This race flying by, only about 40 minutes into race time right now. And, or since we came on the air, we're about 20 minutes into race time now. What a phenomenal job by the West family. They're 1 and 2, and I think, honestly, Daddy Dan is just kind of toying with son Devin right now, Charles. He's just lying in the weeds.
Well, and yes, sometimes you just got to do that. You gotta have fun with your son and be like, look, bro, I'm faster than you, but I'll play with you right now. We'll play ball, but then eventually I'm gonna throw the ball and hit you in the head, and then I'm gonna win this thing.
Oh boy, I don't know if I condone anything you just said.
Hey, they gotta learn to dodge the ball sometime.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
I mean, let's face it. You really have to teach your kids when you're growing up. You've got to throw fastballs at them, and give him some chin music. Hit him in the chin. Hit him in the arms and the leg. You got to hit him with baseballs. Otherwise, you grow up with a generation that now has to have helmets and have little chin protectors on them when they play baseball. Just saying.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't have those in my day. You didn't have nothing. You just got nailed in the head.
That explains the brain damage, right? Does that explain the brain damage? Oh. The only road course race is tonight at Watkins Glen. I just checked the schedule, and it is official. I guess they don't like road courses, Charles. I don't know. I can't believe it. I'm heartbroken.
I think it's more like road courses don't like them. Road courses are not, you know, these guys like going left. They don't like going right and left. And I'll tell you this right now from experience, and I think most of the drivers in here would agree, they like going left, they don't like going right and left, and they sure as heck don't like going right, left, when they do the dirt stuff. So they really don't like that. So they like their left-handed turns. And I guarantee you, drivers would agree with me, except for maybe like Newton. He likes going left and right.
Tyler King trying to reel in behind Ryan Bloom. This right now going on outside the top 10, 11th and 12th. Gamble up in front. He's in the 10th spot. And we watch these guys work their way single file back around. Off the track goes King. All the while, there he is. There's Gamble. Changed up his colors for this year, Charles. He used to be yellow and black and silver, and now he's kind of red and black and silver.
Yeah, it's still still the same team. I look like Aerokinetics, but all the Aerokinetics used to be that yellow and black. Joking over here. And this year they've gone with the red and black and gray. I kind of like the red, black, and gray. I'm not biased, but if we look at the car in front of him, it's red and black too.
There you see, of course, the drivers of Murphy. Stab now. That's the 18. That's a new name that we have on the entry list. The 18. Murphy, Peter Murphy Jr. Stab now right behind him in 9th.
And I'm going to have to, confirm with Jeff that we have not seen him before that I recall, but he only has a number of 18. Used to, all rookies for the first year had to run a 3-digit number. That was a way of knowing they were, a rookie in the season that first year. So he's either been running in the past and just decided to come back, or they've done away with that rule. I'm not really sure on that, but I will definitely try to confirm that when I can. But I'm thinking either one of those two things happened. They've either got rid of the rule, or he's raced here long before me and you ever were here.
It's a good analogy. By the way, we'll race tonight at the Glen. Next week at Gateway. We take off for Memorial Day. And then we come back for another 4 straight weeks, including events at Michigan, Iowa, Nashville, and Kern County Motorsports. Kevin Harvick's Kern County Raceway actually is the name of the track now. But that's going to be fun, though, Charles. That's a track I don't think we've ever ran at before.
I don't even think I own the track, so I will have to buy that. But I don't know. But we'll have to find out. See, as I'm losing my voice, I really could use some water. But
boy, we'll get you some drink. You want to take a break? Let's take a break. We're going to go to a break, side by side.
We ain't got no side by sides.
we'll have no side by side. I mean, we can play network identification 3 times in a row, can't we?
I mean, look, we do have static cameras.
There you go. Well, let's do that, baby. We ain't done that in a while. Let's feel the roar. Road course style, Northwest at the Glen. Closing in on halfway, baby. Caution is out as we are kind of surprised that it didn't happen at halfway. Lap 23 of the race. We were told sometime between 20 and 30 laps the caution would fall. And Charles, right before the halfway mark of this race, it does come out. And I told you, I had a feeling these guys could still probably go about 30, 35 laps on a set of fuel and tires for the truck. Do you pit? You would be crazy if you did.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, so sorry, grab the popsicle. That's all I can find in the house. But yeah, I think you're crazy if you don't pit. I think everybody's coming down. Yes, Wesley, I'm the epitome of eating ice cream during a race.
Devin West, Ryan Gormley, Dan West Jr. See some of these other cars or trucks in front of them, including, what is that, 77, a Harris, Johnson. You know they're going to at least probably go for a wave around to get back on the lead lap. Brett Johnson, by the way, is the first truck 1 lap down. He will get the free pass. Everyone else is either going to at least wait to see the 5 pull in. If the 5 does not pull in, then that will obviously force the hand of Frank Harris and the other guys, and they're going to have to come onto the pit lane. So the 5 of Devin West, he's the leader. Will he pull in? Halfway, by the way, next time around, when they come to the line, it's lap 24, and survey says, yes, Johnson stays on track. So does the other drivers, but everyone else on the lead lap coming onto the pit lane. Other drivers a lap down and more are going to stay on track for the wave around. And Charles, here comes the cavalry working off a turn Number 8, looking for pit stops.
Yeah, they're going to come down, and you don't have as much of a rush now, so that's good. When it comes to your pit stop, less mistakes should be made. And come to find out, Wesley, the 3-digit rule was not a rule. It was just something that drivers were doing because there are probably so many drivers in here that the 2-digit numbers were taken. So that was never actually a rule. I just figured it was because all the rookies had 3-digit numbers. Come to find out, well, they were just so late to the game, that's all that was left.
You're referring to Peter Murphy Jr.?
Yes. So apparently, yeah, the 3-digit number thing was basically because there's so many people in the league that they didn't have much choice in picking a 2-digit number. They had to go 3.
Gotcha. And I don't see Peter Murphy only has 1 start with the series. He's at the bottom of the barrel. His one and only start in the Northwest, Charles, was let's see here. Hang on a minute. Wow. I can't first say, well, he's ran iRacing, but never on the Northwest, I don't think. So, trying to get the details on this guy here. He is the last driver, Charles, of at the list. I meant to say, my apologies. Yeah. This is his second start. This is his second start with the series. That's all I can tell you.
I clearly need to freshen myself up with the rule book. Because I could have sworn for the last 5-6 seasons that was a rule. It is not.
Yeah.
So maybe I need to get the book out.
We have concluded the pit stops, and we are now officially halfway in the race. We are going to step away and take a quick break and get you ready for the restart and the second half of the Oh My Curbs 122 at the Glen. Stay with us. Told you we get you back right before the green flag flies. Second half of All My Curbs 122 at the Glen. Back underway. Let's see now what's the new drivers up at the front. Tyler King, remember the problems he had in qualifying. And now Ryan Gormley off the reservation. Hold on. Hold on to it, buddy. 22 from the penthouse to the outhouse. And we got him wrecking in the back. I believe that's Tyler Kim.
Chris White.
No, the 56. That's Knight in another machine.
That's Chris White.
Chris White with a problem in the 56, and whoever's in the yellow and black truck as well.
Oh.
Here's a look at it. Nowhere
62.
to go for the 62 of Todd Miles. Charles, you saw that break out here.
Yeah, this is unfortunate.
Oh, Tendrick over the front end of the 46 of Brightsman and hard into the safer barrier or the guardrail, entering the boot.
let's see what happened here.
Look at this.
That was a lick and a half. Yeah, he just right over his nose.
Wow.
I don't think Tidrick knew that Sean Brightsman was there. Or Sean Brightsman didn't know he was there, one or the other. Either way, they made contact. You know, like I said, nothing intentional. Both those are really good drivers, but it's just one of those things that it happened, and you got to try to recover from it now.
And you know what? Brightsman, you can't say he's at fault. He wasn't backing off the gas. He was staying on the gas and was just going to let the entire, from the right to the left and into the barrier, into the guardrail, if you will, the Armco guardrail for BJ Tidrick. Caution not out. Again, they only had one caution of the race.
That was just a lick and a half to the wall, but I'm sure BJ Tidrick will recover as we move a little further up with Brightsman. And it looks like Toby Ritters. Haven't got to talk about him a whole lot tonight, but he's coming into the picture now in the number 3 machine. So we'll see what he has. Again, we talked about it. There's going to be new shakers and movers now that they've been able to get in and work on their trucks.
Charles, 22nd place. Kevin Smith with a problem. I don't know if you just caught that as well. The 22nd machine, the 00, Kevin Smith. Trying to get back on track running again. He just fell a lap down on the racetrack. If you want to go back to a replay, you can see it. He can't even get out of his own way. What a problem there for the driver of the 22.
Let's see exactly.
Here's a look at it right here.
I thought it was going to be shades of his teammate there during qualifying.
I think it might have happened before he got to the chicane, before he got to the bus stop. Nonetheless, we roll on. He's right back at it again. There you go.
Incident,
just
so
caught the tail end of it. Yeah. I
we'll
was about to say, you just caught the tail end of
We
it.
can't find out exactly what happened, but it looks like he looped it around. We'll keep an eye so
Through
far.
the Estes.
Yeah, he's already loose right there, and just loops it around. And he got lucky too, by the way, because that is a very tight part of the track.
Yes, he could have really got tore up there. And John Odenbacher, hitting for your thoughts, Chief. Could have plowed into him right there as well. Closing in, 20 laps to go. Todd Miles on the pit lane. Remember, him and Chris White had contact and wrecked on the restart. And now, Person off track. Jay Person and the Ace High Racing teammate. How about this guy, Charles? He leaves Win Racing. Toby Ritters does. He changes his number, changes the team, wins the race at Texas, and then a week later, he's got 2 or 3 teammates. What a difference a win makes.
Yeah. And always good to see Toby Ritters, getting the win. We're not going to say his other team wasn't good. They are good teammates. They do good. If somebody hit the ball, I'm not sure who it is. Oh, it's a 54 of Gamble.
Robert Gamble. Oh!
Hard. But, it's good when you part ways, go to a different team, and, succeed. So this is one of those deals. Sometimes, with the team you're at, you're good. As the 33 gets loose, spins, and hits the water burst sand barrels there. But, there's just one of those deals. And look at that tire, Wesley. It is, oh, no, I thought it was broken. I thought it wasn't moving, but it is. And by the way, 20 to go.
Yeah, 20 laps to go. Your eyes, ears are not deceiving you. Well, we have quickly completed 30 laps into this race. Matter of fact, let's give you a rundown of the top 10 right now on the racetrack as it stands. Quickly back up in front again, Devin West. He looking to join Sean Brightsman with his first repeat win of the year. The driver, of course, that won at Richmond. He leads the way, defending series champion in the 5. Paul Newton, we give him the nickname the Road Course King, and right now his strides are showing. He's in that second spot. Peter Murphy Jr. in the 18, his second career start of the Northwest, and he is in that third spot. Jeff Stabnow sitting in fourth. Had a little hiccup earlier in the race. Looks like he's still fighting an ill rear end on the handling of this truck suspension. But right now, he's in the top 5 along with a 99. Another solid run for Troy Daggett. Tyler King in 6th. Sean Brightsman, most recent winner, 2-time winner on the year, in 7th of the 46. Toby Ritters Clifford, he's in the 8th spot. Jordan Person 9th, and Dennis Moore right now in the top 10. Brian Barnes on pit road, former Charles Northwest Cup Series champion. Remember how wild that race was when he won the title?
Yeah, that was a wild race. And unfortunately, he was spun out, so this is not a pit stop. Nobody will be making pit stops for the remainder of the race, except for the ones that get damaged, and that is unfortunately what happened to him. So right now, it's just, ride around the track and try to make passes and do the best you can. My thing is, does anyone have anything for Devin West? Because while we were going through the field top 10, Devin West actually set the fastest lap of the race at a 1:12.48. So, I think it might have been the other way around. Earlier, we were wondering if Daddy Dan was messing with his son. Now, I think it may have been the other way around.
Yeah, it might have been. Toying with Dad, even though he's up in front. Watkins Glen International, where we are. This, of course, racetrack, 8 turns long. The track, of course, you hear us say words like the inner loop, the outer loop, the carousel, the bus stop, the chicane, the boot. Even though we're not running the boot, I wish we ran the boot. Maybe next year, Charles.
You really like
I like the boot. I do like the boot. I do. I always liked the boot at the road course at the Glen. I did.
Maybe one day you'll get the boot. Maybe we'll just put on our own road course race with the cup card and give you the boot. I don't know. One way or another, we will make sure you get the boot. And if I can't figure out, I will mail you a boot. And I will.
Oh, there you go with that again.
Stitch in it the boot. Not a pair of boots. It's going to be one boot. And it's going to say the boot. One way or another,
I will give you the boot.
You will get the boot.
Yes.
I could give you the boot from VMix if you like. Then you'd have the boot.
2.450 miles, 3.943 kilometers for this racetrack here at the Glen. And closing in now with a shootout for this one, but 17 to go. Next week, we're going to Gateway, to the Archland. Gateway, Illinois. St. Louis, Missouri, Illinois, right there.
My favorite track is the next week after that.
It's an off week, ain't it?
Okay, actually, I'd go for Gateway too.
I caught that pretty quickly, didn't I? I caught that pretty fast. Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, I'm looking forward to Gateway. I think that's going to be a fun one. There's a lot of really good tracks that we're going to this year that aren't typically maybe NASCAR tracks, but I like them.
I mean, Gateway's a NASCAR track.
It is? I don't know. I don't watch NASCAR. But anyway, hey.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, I've said it for years. I have not watched a NASCAR race in probably 4 or 5 years. And now with Harvick out of the series, I'm sure not going to watch it anymore.
He's out of this. He's in the TV booth.
He's not in a race car.
He might run the All-Star race for Kyle Larson. You know about that, right?
Yeah, I heard about it. Facebook tells me everything I need to know. my era of watching NASCAR has come and gone. Earnhardt's gone, Michael Waltrip's gone, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick, Tony Stewart. My era that I watched, they're all out of it, and other than Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell, no one I really want to watch in there.
140 laps at, again, Gateway Motorsports Park. That's Gateway Worldwide Technology Raceway, where we'll be off on Memorial Day. Then we go to Michigan, Iowa, Nashville, Kern County. Kevin Harvick short track. Kevin Harvick's Kern County Raceway. Pardon the pun. It's never been there, but you like it.
Zach, you're catching on. And speaking of catching on, I think we're catching on to this little battle right here between the 46 and the 21 of Brightsman and King. Brightsman, who I figured would be a little higher up in this field. He's only in 7th. I figured he'd be up there battling for the lead, but obviously the truck he has tonight just not performing the way he wants it to. So he'll just have to keep chipping away at it, and maybe, something will happen up front, and he'll be able to get up there and make a battle for the lead.
Yeah, definitely not his night per se, if you will.
And I would say, he has a win. He doesn't need to push it as much. That's not the Brightsman we know. He's going to push it regardless whether he has 1 win, 10 wins, no wins. It doesn't matter. He races like he needs a win to keep going. And you will later on in the season. Right now, a win gets you into the playoffs, but really you want the points. You want those bonus points for the wins, extra wins, to go into the playoffs, because that's going to set you apart once we get in there.
And remember, that playoffs will begin right before the end of August. August 26th, we make a run to the playoffs. The round of 16 will begin at round 19 at Phoenix. They're going to take off Labor Day. They're going to have another 2 rounds. And then they take off again. And of course, it will be 2 rounds. Round of 6, round of 12, round of 8, 3 rounds, 3 races in 3 rounds, Charles. 10 races for the championship. And in addition to that, 4 drivers will battle for the championship in mid-November at Homestead. I know we're talking about November with 13 to go here at round 7 of the year, but you know how fast this year flies. Look at how fast we're already in the 7th race of the season.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, talking about November, but we're already in May, and halfway through May at that. You got May, whatever, several months in between there. But yeah, it will not be long before, we're talking playoffs. And once that gets there, everything's really going to ramp up as we got one off track. And that is Dan West Jr., who is now all the way back in 18th position. That truck is not handling. He's got a little damage. You can see it crinkle up in the front, and he's going to pull over and let his teammates by. He has got some damage, and he is not handling well. And now the 25 of Bloom having some issues, and I believe maybe the 3 had some issues with him.
I try to think to myself, what happened to Dan West Jr. from the opening start of this race to the end now with 12 to go? He's fallen all the way back to 4 laps down in the top 20. By the way, there's only 13 trucks on the lead lap. There you see, by the way, the 99 of Troy Daggett. What a strong run he's doing. Battling around Tyler King. And Charles, that's exactly what Troy Daggett's got to do. Man, this guy has really impressed me this year. This guy is just on a different element than what he's been on years past.
Yeah, he is on totally different element. He's going out and, he's you know, kicking butt and chewing bubble gum, and he's out of bubble gum right now. So he's just going out there and doing what he needs to do. Sorry, I felt like squeezing that one in. And, yeah, you do what you got to do, and he's doing just that right now, and picking them up and laying them down, and you know, just like dominoes, he's laying them down.
Certainly is. West, Newton, Murphy, 1, 2, and 3. That's the way they stand on the racetrack right now. With the laps continuing to click away to the end. On this 2.45 mile, 3.943 kilometer, 8 turns. That is the Glen, Watkins Glen, round 7. Oh my curves tonight, no doubt. Lefts and rights. Carousels, chicanes, bus stops, inner loops, outer loops. Look at them working through there. Fighting, no, Daggett, hold on. Oh, Troy Daggett. Oh, boy, what a save there, Charles. Had to really go to the binders to avoid getting caught up or having any problem.
Yeah, it's like these last laps we're getting into, by the way, coming to 10 to go for Devin West. It's like, man, they are really ramping it up, saying, no, man, this is my race. I may not be winning it, but it's still my race. And everywhere there's battles, they're just beating and banging, getting loose. Well, you know, they do say about the Craftsman Truck Series, you know, they're tough trucks.
Yeah. I mean, that was in the 90s.
Hey, I didn't, like you said, I don't watch it this year.
Oh, my God. By the way, Ryan Gormley is the man that leads the points now. Come in with the race with a 20-point lead over Toby Ritters. Brian Barnes is 26 back. Sean Brightsman, 34. Troy Daggett is now 5th. He was in the top 2 in the point standings. And Charles, after a kind of dismal race at, of course, Kansas, the most recent race, he kind of fell back and didn't really get a good finish. And because of that, Troy Daggett fall all the way back 3 spots into the championship race to now 5th. It's Jeff Stabnow, Tyler King, Paul Newton, Frank Harris, and Stephen Paulson, your top 10 right now. By the way, points leader Ryan Gormley on the track still on the lead lap, but outside the top 10 in 11th with 9. Make it 8 laps to go here at Watkins Glen when they come thundering by the line. Actually, it's 9 to go. It's West, Newton, Murphy, Stabnow, Brightsman. No change in the top 5. And Charles, what a phenomenal job by these guys. Everybody had a little hiccups along the way. We've had some excitement, but for the most part, this race is just flying by in a hurry here at the Glen.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is flying by, and that's what these guys want. You know, one thing about road courses, whether they love them, hate them, they love the fact that they get done in a timely manner. There's not a whole lot of cautions. You know, some cautions. So drivers gotta love that about this racetrack. You know, so that is one plus. So, yeah, maybe they like it, maybe they don't. But, you know, hey, ooh, is the 44's going to go off track? That's going to allow the 3. Oh, never mind. He is not going to make a move.
Oh, and he got into Ritters, and Ritters and then Moore. And Moore goes around. Ritters on the binders to miss him. Coming off of turn number 8, coming to the line. 8 to go. Oh, my. Ritters kind of got into his former teammate Dennis Moore there, and now we've seen a lot more more take than give in the second half of this race, Charles, especially down to the home stretch of this race.
And, you know, I'm not going to throw I don't think Toby Ritters was at fault there. I don't think really Dennis Moore was at fault either. Dennis Moore got loose, got off track a little bit, and he was trying to gun it so he could, you know, keep that momentum and not lose it and get any losing spots. And he came barreling back on the racetrack, you know, and when he did, Toby Ritter's right there, and Toby Ritter's, he got into him, or he got into Toby, however you want to look at it. So I don't think anybody was at fault. Nobody was going to give anything. I mean, it's 7 laps to go, coming to 6. Nobody was giving an inch.
Devin West still in the lead. By the way, Ritter's, how important was that spot? Top 10 for that position. And the man behind him, Troy Daggett, odd in pursuit to run him down. 7 laps to go. There you see the 5. Shelton Washington, Devin West, avoiding the boot. Working the straightaway to turn 7 and 8. And Charles, just flying by these laps. Maybe we should have ran more than 50 laps. What do you think?
I think you need to get some rest. You're delusional.
Is it? Oh.
It's 121 miles. Yeah, we're good with that. I guarantee you when you talk to these
122 miles, buddy. 122.5 miles.
My timing says 2.42 miles, and it's 121 miles.
I don't know what you've been watching.
I've been watching live timing. My timing is accurate, down to the mile-ish.
How come I don't ever get to see that?
Because it's into ATVO where I built it.
Oh.
Anyway,
Well, it says it all my curbs 122. 122.50 miles.
Oh.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Mine rounded apparently. Either way, it's somewhere in there. But yeah, it's roughly in there anyway. So 120-ish, 122-ish. Either way, we're running some laps. But I think 50 was a good amount. But anyway, I wasn't getting this. I think if you talk to any of these guys, Devin, Paul, I don't know about Peter. We haven't ever talked to Peter. And hopefully we will get to the first time tonight. I bet you they'll tell you 50 laps is more than enough. I bet you some of them would say, let's make it 40, even 45. I bet you they'll want to go the opposite way.
I guess it's about the same distance that the trucks or Xfinity would run, obviously, at Watkins Glen. 5 laps to go now in the race, and there you see King. Struggled in qualifying, got things turned around. Back in the top 10, he's in 6th, but boy, I'll tell you what, Person and Bloom are right behind the 21, and one wrong slip, and they're going to go after King off the corner in the S's.
The battles they're starting to heat up here and getting better and better as we go. So definitely looking to see how everyone shakes it out. But yeah, the battles are starting to get more spread out, but they're really intense when they finally heat up.
Charles?
Yes.
If you take 50 times 2.450 miles, which is Watkins Glen's track length, you have 122.50 miles. Thank you.
I'm not arguing your math. I'm just telling you, my math shows that the track length is 2.42 miles.
How the hell are you going to get that? There's no way.
There is a way. And there's a way for that car to get spun out. It's a
Person, Bloom, Gormley.
Oh, and
check up, and they're still spinning and they're still crashing. Ritter's just got collected. Oh no!
We'll go back.
Daggett sneaks through.
Oh, wow. That's one of them things. You see, that happened right there. That was one thing. Here lies the fault. The 25, sorry, Bloom, you should have never started turning that truck around. You should have left it parked on the track. Let people get around you. No blame to the first incident. That was just a racing deal. It looked like those two got together.
Look at Ritter's. Yeah.
Ritter's is destroyed after that. He said, Bloom, we like you. You're a friend. But you got to keep that truck parked on the track so the drivers can get by. That was just That was a rookie mistake by Boyd.
And look at Clifford, all tore up. Clifford, even though he's got the patent dog face, he has still destroyed that number 3. Oh, look at it crab walking. Look at him crab walking down the straightaway, trying to go to the.
He didn't even go straight. That car is not.
He just drove through the. He just drove through the damn chicane.
Well, that car wasn't. There was no way it was.
He's not even gonna stop. It was like, oh wow, okay.
I don't believe that truck's not going to turn. The worst you're going to get is a slowdown penalty. So why not just go through it and save the headache of trying to get it? Plus, that would make it a lot easier on anybody behind him to try to get by. Not get in their way. As there goes the popsicle machine. He's going to take it to the pits. But Wesley, we have 3 laps to go. Going to 2.
We do. We do, and yeah, man, you saw he's crab walking and down the racetrack for the driver of Toby Ritter's effort made to try to get back to the pits, and he did do that. This race is closing into the end. 3 laps to go. Now make it 2 remaining. Hey, real quickly, let's step away. We'll pause for 10 seconds of station identification. CRN, the Community Radio Network.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
We don't usually do network ID with 2 laps to go, but obviously we are closing into the end of this race, and this is a road course here at Watkins Glen. Charles Wooten, Wesley Outland here with you, and Devin West, Charles, looking to now be a back 2-time winner of the year. Won at Richmond, looking to do what his partner in crime Sean Breitzman did earlier in the year at Kansas, as well as at Atlanta. And right now he is coming to the line, white flag in the air, this time by CRN. 1 to go. See you later. Oh my curbs for Devin West. Final time here at the Glen.
Just 1 lap to go. It's a very long lap, but still needless to say, 1 lap to go for Devin West. Paul Newton, and I really am looking forward to talking to Peter Murphy. Hopefully he is in communication so we can chat with him afterwards. First time we've seen him, and I believe we said only the 2nd start he's ever had, so
that's right. Yep.
Looking forward to chatting with him because, again, the first time he started had to be before my time, or at least before I can remember, which is, it could be last week, but it's definitely before I remember.
Working on the final curve. Turns, curves. Oh my curbs, 122. Sheer domination by the pole machine. You saw it earlier in the Mach 1 Performance Full Throttle Cup at Darlington by Nathan Biggert, winner and champion, defending champion, 2nd win of the year. Devin West dominates at Watkins Glen. Paul Newton, the road course king, signifying his nickname, cliche, is up with a 2nd spot finish. Best finish of the year so far for the 27 and the Ford. Peter Murphy, welcome to the world of Northwest. His 2nd career start tonight. He'll finish in 3rd. Everyone else coming by the line, and Charles, there's still races to be decided. They're not even at the finish line yet.
They're not. We've only had the top 5, I believe. Yeah, there's 6 have crossed the line. Now make it 7.
Troy Daggett, Dennis Moore. Here he come. Here's Troy Daggett. Dennis Moore will be the next one. Yeah.
And no battles here. These aren't for position between these 2. So
well, it's for 9th. Yeah, Ottenbacher is 3 laps down. So Troy Ollison will be 10th. Yes, he can be celebrated. Boy, he was picking them up and putting them down. Look at that, almost caught the dang back of the pack again, Charles.
Yeah, and we're watching that. It says finishing. He's got to be careful. He cannot start celebrating yet. He needs to say finish. Otherwise, he could get that black flag. We've seen in the past where someone went backwards. So he's going to have to be very careful if it doesn't say finish, because it could be reckless driving, because not everyone has finished the race yet.
So is that something that he's doing right now that might be a no-no?
Well, he ain't going to be doing much anymore.
Whoa! Sean Brightsman, Jeff Stabdown, teammates for the 5. And where's Daddy West at?
There it is. Now it's officially finished. All should be good.
All is good when it says finishing.
Oh,
whoa! Person says, I'm going to send Stabdown through the air. Ottenbacher, teammate. He's looking for a win. Brett Johnson as well for part of the 5 drivers of Team LSRTV. And Devin West is still able to continue. I can't believe it. Uh-oh. Somebody's coming in at full speed. I hear him.
Where at? Oh,
there's Kevin. Kevin says, I ain't worried about y'all.
Somebody's hemming.
Daggett's going to do it. So is Newton. You got to love it. Even on the road course, baby, we have the Northwest high 5 salute. It's better than a demo derby. Here's your results tonight from Watkins Glen. Devin West will pick up the victory. Paul Newton second. Peter Murphy third. Sean Brightsman fourth for his, 400th career start tonight. Jeff Stabdown finishes in the top 5. Tyler King, Jordan Person, Troy Daggett, Dennis Moore, Troy Ollison, first truck 1 lap down, 9 on the lead lap, Charles, when this race ended.
Yeah, just a crazy amount there as we go through 11th through 20th. Got to be Kevin Smith, Brett Johnson, Frank Harris, Ryan Bloom, Toby Ritters. Disappointing there. Not the way he wanted it to end. Brian Barnes, followed by John Ottenbacher. Ryan Gormley getting tied up in that one. Last one as well. Dane West Jr. and Chris White going to round out your top 20.
Todd Miles, Chad Malik, Robert Gamble, BJ Tidrick, Chris Kynes, multiple laps down, 25th, followed by Gary Nichols, Chase Carrillo, and Tyler Kim. Final look at the Virginia811.com race summary at the end of the Oh My Curbs 122 at the Glen. 1 caution, obviously, 3 caution laps, and 3 lead changes. But when it was said and done, the man from the pole, Devin West, second win of the year, matches with his short track victory a couple of weeks ago when he won at Richmond. Coming up, post-race, don't go anywhere. iRacing, LSRTV, CRN from the Glen. Oh My Curbs 122 is done. Devin West, the winner, and we'll be back to grab the podium next. Welcome back to coverage of the Northwest Truck Series, Season 11, iRacing on LSRTV CRN. Charles Wooten, phenomenal job on the color call. I'm Wesley Outland. I'll take you to the end of this thing. And I'm understanding that third-place driver Peter Murphy is not available. If anything changes, we will let you know. But first, let's go to Victory Lane. Devin West. Devin, congratulations. Second win of the year. Defending series champion. Man, momentum definitely on your side right now in the 5. Good job.
Yeah, thank you, Wesley. It definitely was an interesting race. I owe plenty of apologies, especially Tyler. I tried to brake early. I knew it was on old tires, and I'm back on wash replay. And I braked about, 20 feet later than I meant to. That was definitely the difference. So I owe him an apology. I owe people who got taken out by that an apology. I had to win like that, but truck was fast. Jeff gave me a good piece. Just happy it all worked out.
Man, I tell you what, Devin, it just seemed like your truck was flawless from the drop of the green. What do you attest that to, buddy?
Just laps. I put in quite a few laps, starting, even 2 weeks ago after the last race. I enjoy this road course stuff, and so I didn't mind putting in the practice. And Jeff showed up every night with me and just built a really good set. There are times around the track, or corners on the track where I could lift, coast, and I'd still go past somebody else. The truck was just that good.
Man, this is your 25th win. Is it special that it's at a road course?
Definitely. I don't know if it's my first road course win or not. If it is, then, it feels pretty dang good, so.
Well, bud, we'll let you go. Thank your sponsors. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, Wesley. Obviously, you guys up in the booth, LSRTV, you guys do a great job at hosting these things and broadcasting them. It's always a fun time to go back and watch. Obviously, Team LSRTV, Jeff, Sean, Dad, Brett, John, everybody, those guys show up every night, and I really make this so much fun. So I appreciate them. Then my sponsors, hold on one second. Kenny's Custom Hardwood.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yep. Kenny's Custom Hardwood, Motorsports Distributing, and Effective Web Solutions.
Second win of the year, Richmond, and now road course at the Glen. Career start 161 becomes his 25th win, 92 top 5s and 114 top 10s. Driver out of Shelton, Washington, and defending Northwest Truck Series champion, Devin West, winner here at the Glen. Let's go to the runner-up of the race, and I believe it's our buddy Paul Newton, the road course king. Paul, it's good to hear from you again, and obviously your nickname is the road course king, and tonight you had a little problems at the beginning, but you come back and finish on the podium in second. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks. Didn't quite have the speed of those top 4 or 5 guys, so just go back to the drawing board, get a little more practice in on them next time, I guess.
Obviously, what was the strategy? Were you trying to hope that Devin would slip? Were you waiting for the caution at sometime before the halfway mark to happen to be in your favor? What was something that you needed to have go your way, Paul, to try to be the guy as the winner?
Well, I think the first half of the race, my strategy was just hang in there and, only make some high percentage moves. Don't go for anything too crazy. Don't put yourself in a bad spot, because we had the incident count tonight, and those incidents rack up fast. After that halfway break, I had some good luck with kind of a bunch of guys getting together on that restart and on the lap after that. So the only thing was I thought maybe I could beat him on tire wear, and I could match his laps, but I couldn't exceed him. So it was he did a great job out there.
All right, buddy, before I let you go, thank your sponsors. One road course race this year, though. Are you kind of disappointed with that?
I am pretty disappointed in that. They seem to get in fewer and farther between, so I got to wait a whole year until I'm in that conversation as one of the favorites in these races. But we'll keep doing it on ovals, and we'll keep improving there. I want to thank PaulNewtonDesign.com, Trading Paints, and Peels, California Mandarins. I want to thank my teammates at Beaver State Racing, and I want to thank the Northwest Racing Series, Sean and Jeff, everyone that makes it happen there. We got an awesome league, And I want to thank LSRTV for showing the world what we do.
Paul
Congrats,
Newton.
Devin. Congrats, Peter.
Paul Newton, in his 86th career start for the Northwest, picks up his 33rd top 5, 61st top 10 with his 7 career wins, and the Road Course King will settle for second here tonight at Watkins Glen in the Oh My Curbs 122. Third place man was the driver of course, Mr. What's his name? Mr. Peter Murphy Jr. Peter Murphy, in his second career start for the Northwest, he ran back, of course, at Kansas in April, and tonight here he finishes in third, first ever top 5 finish, and of course, in his second career start, started 11th, and he is unavailable for comment, but we do want to say congrats to Peter Murphy Jr. Phenomenal job. Charles, let's get off the air, brother. Usually we're still working at this time. Your take of tonight's race from Watkins Glen. Thanks for filling in for Jason, boss. They don't call him the best color man in the business for nothing, folks. For Rocket Racing Media, Jeff Stabdown, Charles Wooten. I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations.
We're here. We have Peter. We have Murphy.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, he's down in general.
About to get off the air. We got Peter Murphy, third place man, number 18, second career start, and a top 3 podium. Congrats there, buddy.
Thank you.
Your take of the race. You having fun running the series?
I am. Yeah, it's interesting. Oval and then a road course. I'm not a road course guy.
I was about to say, dang, if you're not a road course guy, you should be. You got a podium out of the deal.
Yeah, it was tough there. I just driving slow to go fast, I guess. But it was fun. It was pretty treacherous through the S's and the setup I had.
Final question. Thank your sponsors if you got anybody. How much fun you having running with the Northwest Series?
Having a lot of fun. It's been good so far, 2 races in, so hopefully it continues.
All right. Got any sponsors?
Nope.
All right. Well, 1 top 5, 1 top 10, and only his second start. That's the driver, Peter Murphy Jr. He'll finish in the number 3 position. And with that, now we'll go to Charles Wooten for final thoughts. Charles, I was about to get off the air before we had Murphy and get your final take of tonight's race. Good show here tonight at Watkins Glen. We're going to go short track racing, or at least a mile long, at Gateway, Worldwide Technology Raceway next Monday night.
Yeah, looking forward to a really good race next week. Then an off week, and then we go 4 more weeks. So looking forward to pretty much the whole season. It's going to be good racing, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens next week.
By the way, points have officially tallied going into Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway next Monday night at the end of the Watkins Glen event. Brian Gormley still leaves New York with a 17-point lead over Toby Ritters. Sean Breitzman is now 20 points back. Brian Barnes, 24 back. 29 back Troy Daggett, is he still locked at 5th. 32 back Jeff Stabnow. 33 for Paul Newton. And by the way, only 60 points separate the top 10 going in to round 8 at Worldwide Technology Raceway next Monday night. For Jeff Stabnow, Charles Wooten, everybody at Rocket Media, iRacing on LSRTV and CRN, Jason Rockefeller. Hopefully he'll be back with me next Monday night. Charles, always fun working with you. I'm Wesley Outland. Congrats to defending champion and 2-time winner of the year, Devin West. He kicks the